Welcome to Sailing Tengai. Hey there, I'm Sage, and this is my first mate Petra. We're two world travelers turned sailors, navigating our way through life on the high seas. Join us as we explore Mexico's stunning coast, tackle boat projects, and prove that with a little bit of courage and a lot of humor, we can keep chasing horizons. In the last episode, we discovered a rip in our manual bilge pump, which luckily I was able to fix by cutting off the offending end and shortening the hose a couple of inches. The hoses are old, most likely original to this 1989 sailboat, so she's feeling her age. I get you, girl. As you saw in the last episode, I was able to temporarily fix the manual bilge hose. Luckily, the rip was right next to the pump, so I just chopped it off and reattached it. Whew, one thing done. In the meanwhile, I wanted to check how much hose I needed to order, how thick it was, and honestly where it went. As you can see here, our boat came with a lot of documentation, and I even have the owner's manual on board with me. The funniest thing is that even though it has so much information about every part of this boat, when it comes to the manual bilge pump, which I consider to be a fairly important item of a boat, there's only 3 sentences. The manual bilge pump is located in the aft cockpit. Insert the handle and pump. Thanks. I think I got that part. So what I needed to do was measure the hose. We opened up the whole boat again, and I started crawling through the bilges to trace the hose. Naturally, they were always in the hardest places to reach, but we got there. I did go ahead and draw up some diagrams showing exactly where the hoses for both the manual and the automatic pump went. Probably should get better versions of those made. I got a pretty accurate measurement of the hose. Awesome. This is a boat, so it's never as simple as that. Alright, I gotta break the fourth wall here for a minute. We're sitting out here in the anchorage in the Baja California, and it's blowing like a stinker. So I apologize for the noise, but you should check this out. We are just moving, and it is blowing out here. It's gorgeous though. Woo! It's been like this all day. We got in yesterday. Sorry for that. I just want to show you where we were and why it was so noisy here. But back to the story. So there we were trying to figure out the manual bilge pump issues. And while doing so, we discovered something even more disturbing. Our automatic bilge pump wasn't being automatic. Every day, another bilge project. This was fairly confusing at first, as the pump was fairly new and the float switch was even newer, according to the inventory list anyway. You see, unlike the manual bilge pump, the automatic one is actually your first line of defense against water coming on board. In this case, it's a fairly simple setup. Once the water goes above a certain level in the bilge, the float switch turns on. By floating, it's kind of self-explanatory, that one. But in our case, nothing was coming on, or if it did, water wasn't going out. It was a little confusing, so we started troubleshooting.
Girls programs.
Oh, yeah! Woo! One step.
One step over.
Alright, that's working. Trying to work smarter, not harder. Alright, 4 inches, and nothing has turned on yet. Let's keep seeing where it goes. Alright, when the water fills the float punch, it doesn't seem to kick on. The float pump may be the actual problem. Now there's nothing happening again. There's 2 brown and 1 black coming out of the pump. That comes here. The 1 brown separates, connects to this that connected to the foot pump. After several days of troubleshooting, I finally had to throw in the towel. I had lost confidence in this unit, and it just wasn't reliable enough. Time to look for a new one. After a lot of research, I decided to go with a Johnson pump with a float switch. In the last setup, the internal float switch of the pump had failed, and then there was a float switch added on top of it, which seems to have caused the internal computer to glitch. This way, I took away all computing. It was as simple a setup as you can get with a stronger motor.
Really happy with that.
I was really happy and proud about how the installation came out. It looked clean, and it works. Was a bit harder than it should have been. We raised it and lowered it a few times, but it was a workout. Kind of have to lubricate that sail.
Okay.
Got the sails up. Petra's giving her a little scrub. Oh, and I am drenched. Kind of miss those electric winches now. It doesn't count. Today we're going to attempt an engine out of the marina for our first time. Super nervous. This will be my first time as captain taking a ship that I've just moved on 2 weeks ago. In and out of a marina, let alone any ship, to be honest. So wish me luck. How you feeling?
Over ready. Here we go. How do you feel after your 360?
Not done yet. This was the first time we'd be taking her out, as we had bought her as is, where is. And on top of that, this was the first time I've ever taken a sailboat out behind the wheel. I've always been crew, not skipper. So I was quite nervous. And just as I was backing out of the slip, I didn't realize how much the Catalina 36 can turn on a dime. So, whether people on the dock thought I was doing it on purpose or not, I accidentally did a 360 right in the runway. Let me just say, I might have lost a few years of my life that moment. hot dog on the paddleboard in the middle of the bay. It's cute.
Oh my god, so cute. Look at that color.
Maybe do the same route, just circle around and up there.
What do you say, Captain? We follow you.
Shut up! I may only have lost half a year of my life, not a whole year.
What do you think? I'm going bald.
So do you want to go back to the marina or we will maybe
stay on your boat right now.
Where you live here?
right now? Yeah, like cruise by.
You can tie some little tiny pieces of string on your lines. Some people hate that.
We're a sailing vessel. First right out. And we got sails up with almost zero wind. But we are moving. 2 knots. Right, Captain? 2 knots?
Going 2 knots under sail.
Woohoo!
Well, I managed to get her out of the marina, out into the bay. Our crew was taking a swim. It was a little nerve-wracking. It's my first time, but we got out safely, soundly, and she is doing great. Gonna have a little lunch out here and take her back in. Yeah. After sailing around the bay for a while, we heaved to and let the crew jump over to cool off. And for me to just let my nerves chill out for a minute. I'd finally done it. And I wanted more.
So Captain, tell me, how do you feel first day?
We're sailing and I'm about to turn
I'm
off the engine.
sailing. Okay, magic. You hear this? Quiet. Dude. Okay, Captain is fixing.
Your
You did it.
Not even a month in, already sailing.
2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks, huh?
Yeah, already sailing. Less than
Yeah.
30 days. Took us from cocktail,
Cocktail condo.
to sailing vessel. To
Sailing
cocktail.
vessel. Sailing
condo to
cocktail.
Sailing cocktail. Okay.
Oh, as I say, perfect hair for YouTube.
In the next episode, Petra fights the sewing machine we found on board and tries to figure out how to create some winch covers for our boat. While I work on more projects, and we invite our first guest on board Tengai for a sail off to Yelapa. Yeah! Putting her to work. All our guests. What happens the moment I turn on the camera?
I'm working.
is going to prove how good a job you're doing.
Look at my line before you show up.
If you like what we're doing, subscribe. We'd love to hear from you.